I don't want this in the front. What up, my dudes? How we doing tonight? Let's go. Oh, I think we're live. I don't really know if we're live. Are we alive or live? I think we're live. We are live. All right, we are alive. What's up, dogs? How we doing tonight? How we doing? I am stoked. We got some really cool things in that, and it's frozen. No, okay. Sorry. So my camera, so I got a little bit of a same setup, right? Same setup, but different type of thing. So I had a monitor over here that I was using for editing, and I don't really edit on it because I just use a laptop and it's just a lot of work. So I was like, I'm gonna add it to my setup so I don't have to use the laptop. I can use 2 monitors. And then I was messing with it earlier and my camera kept freezing. So if we have any problems with it freezing tonight, you guys got to get my back and help me out with the freezing. Just let me know if it's gonna like freeze or anything. I hope not. I hope not. So we're gonna do our best to not let it freeze. But I got a lot of cool things going on tonight. It is one of my athletes' birthday. His name is Max. His name is Max Duffy. So if any of you, I got a little surprise for you guys later. So if you guys want to give him a happy birthday. So today is his birthday, so I'm gonna go hang out with him, but I want to hang out with you guys as well. Right here, Max Duffy, he's been riding with me and hanging out with me for 3 years. So if you guys want to go to his latest post and give him a happy birthday, that would be freaking awesome. We call him Shredder too, so it's definitely sick. But give the boy some love, say what's up. Also, we got some couple cool other things going on. I don't know if you guys saw last week's video. If you haven't, you definitely got to go check that out. So last week's video, I love this emoji, guys. This is so sick. I used it again on tonight's, but this video that I have here. This is a very powerful video. One of my friends / the guy who helped film this, he gave me the suggestion for the video, and I was like, oh, you're brilliant. So in this video, we talk about the 5 worst postures and techniques that are actually hindering your ability to snowboard. Essentially, turns are the gateway to snowboarding. If you want to ride cliffs, if you want to ride jumps, if you want to keep up with your friends, you got to be able to do turns. So I want to dive into a little bit of nerd stuff here in a little bit. But if you, after this video, go ahead and watch this video. This video is fire, by the way. So, and then also, this year, these live streams have been popping off with 100, 150. Dude, Siri. Sorry, Siri's trying to talk to me. Shh, Siri, calm down. So this year, these live streams have been popping off. So if you guys want to, if you want to skip the line and get a question answered like immediately, definitely consider donating. I put a link up there, and that donation will actually pop up on the screen right here. It's kind of cool. You know, Karen will like talk to us and stuff. It's pretty sick. So if you guys are looking at donating, also donations, buying stickers and all that stuff helps this channel just be able to put more time into the content, paying for the editor. I now have an editor, which has been doing it. This next video he edited is fire, but he's been killing it. So all that stuff does go towards just putting back into you guys and freeing up a little bit of time for me. But there's a whole bunch of you guys here, and I want to say what's up. We got Jono in the house. Dude, Jono, what up, dog? How we doing? We also have Rusty No Riders. What's up, dude? Let's go with the hand plant. And hand plant got Scott Knight in here with the hand plant emoji as well. If you guys are wondering, those hand plant little emojis, it's because these guys have been a member for like literally been a member for literally, I think, like 6 months or more. We also got Ari R says, bought stickers, wish I had the killing it in silver or gold. Guess what? The kid I was telling you about a little bit ago, I'm paying him to help me make stickers because I'm trying to take over the world. I'm trying to get as much content out there, as much stuff going. But I'm going to be refreshing the gold stickers. I'm going to make an announcement on my Instagram. I would run and get it for you, but it'd probably take too long. But I do have gold stickers, gold killing it stickers, and white stickers and gold killing it stickers that are going to be in the shop probably about, it's going to be another 10 days because, because I'm doing that. So it's gonna be about 10 days, but I got stickers, gold stickers coming in. Really hyped on that. Ian says, Tommy, what up, dog? Ian and Allison, what's up? How you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are having a sick day, and hopefully you guys get to snowboard soon. Fallen towers. What up, my dude? What up, dog? How we doing? Borealis, oh, what up? How are you doing? So hopefully you're digging the online snowboard course. And then we got Andrew Strong with a $5 donation coming in hot already. Let's go. What are your thoughts on a resort closing for warm weather with 12 feet average base and spots of 20% or 20 feet plus? Just wondering because Vail bought it. Ooh, you know, I don't really know the logistics. I know sometimes with a resort, you know, staff is an issue. Ideally, hopefully, honestly, they stay open. That would be the sickest thing, as long as there's enough public that are able to support and pay for all the staff members, all the electricity, all that stuff. So hopefully it's a thing where there's enough people going there to keep it open. But I'm not sure what the reason is that they're closing. It sounds like a lot of base. What are the rules on uphill access to the resort? So sometimes resorts, depending on which one, you can do like skin up and then snowboard down. You know, you have a split board, skin up, snowboard down. So maybe call them and hit them up and be like, yo, what's the deal with this? I just wanted to be able to ride. I'm not sure if they're going to be, you know, have the parks open. A lot of times they'll plow giant mounds of snow before the feature, so you can't actually hit them, but definitely something for sure. And then Clear Creek County needs a skate park. Oh, dude, let's go. Keep your mask on. We get sick, we close. That is so true, dude. And then tired of hearing people say mountain. I like saying mountain. Don't care if everyone in the Rockies, it's like mountain. That's funny. Scott Knight with the smash that like button. Dude, Scott Knight, you got reposted by Woodward for that Instagram stuff, that stuff that you've been doing. Sorry, Instagram, but the photos you've been taking. Definitely like hit those dudes up. Be like, hey man, I took a photo. I'd love to share it with you, and then like get them out there, right? That's like, you're doing the right thing by producing a product, doing something for people, and then, you know, down the road you'll get something in return. But you gotta build your trust with the snowboarders. You gotta build the trust, the like, and the prove that you know what you're doing, and you're doing everything you need to be doing as far as like taking photos. You're crushing that, dude. And really the coolest thing about photos, whether you have like this crazy degree or not, when it comes down to it, in my opinion, you gotta have the proof of the work. And I'm gonna work with those people that have the proof of the work, because I like their style, I like their shots they're getting, I like their vibe, you know what I mean? So we definitely need to link up. You're supposed to link up with Bryce. It probably was too crazy weather for that, but you're killing it, dude. I love the style. Jose Bautista, what up, dog? How we doing? You don't even hang out with me anymore. Aaron Snow is probably gonna say that about me, so rip. You guys are popping off in the comments already. I freaking love it. Cooper says, hey man, just found you today and you are pretty helpful. Dude, Cooper, dude, I'm so hyped that you found the channel. We got a lot of stuff that we're trying to pump out, you know. I do only put out like 1 to 2 pieces of content plus a live stream on YouTube. The goal is to definitely up that. It's been a lot harder than...
YEEWWWW, you bot, I hate Pit.
That's funny. You. And then you hate Pit, also bot. Dude, Jose Bautista, thanks so much for the $20 donation. Dude, I'm trying to figure out a way to go to Japan next year. Japan would be so sick. Somebody hit me up today who says they run like an operation out there, and I was like, ooh, should we go hang out? Should we go vibe? Robert Nelson says, thank you so much for all the content of your videos are great. Have helped so much in being the first real, my first year reel of boarding. Dude, let's go. That's so flipping sick. Let's go. Andrew Strong says, killing it. Let's go. Shiro 4000. So when you land a trick, what are you focusing on? Landing flat edge or flat then straight to an edge? Oh, of course we, let me find something for you, my dude. Let's see, do I have a 720 in here? A little 720 maneuver. Do I not have a 720? Come on. I know I do. Give me a second, my dudes. So, if you guys haven't been here before, what dude, come on. I know you're a liar. You're lying to me. So if you guys haven't been to the live streams yet, I started doing this thing where I have over like 500 videos that are in this database. So let me see if we can get this thing cranking. Come on, load, my dude. Load. So I'm gonna try to find this specific video for you. This thing's just gotta load, man. I don't know what the dealio is. I need to download these to my computer is actually what I need to do. Jose Bautista says, listen, we out. You already know I'm there. Dude, I wanna go to Japan so bad, Borealis says, Japow. Oh my gosh, man. That sounds so flipping awesome. I want to go so bad. I'm gonna refresh this page. I don't know why you're being a lame-o-t. Lame. Shane, what up, dude? It's been a minute. Haven't seen you in a while. Ari R says they called Ensberg the make it a free ride is insane. All crazy slopes, and you have access from the lifts. Japan is powder and a trillion trees. No, dude, I want to go just like that's one thing that I really want to do within like this. You know, while I have the physical ability to, while I'm like, you know, still ripping and riding, being able to go ride some like bigger, some bigger stuff, go check out some new stuff. I think that'd be really incredible. I think it'd just be such a good time. Okay. Okay, so somebody had asked, and I apologize because you're up in the chat, but we had a question about when doing a trick. Do you land flat base or do you land on an edge? And that's a really good question, and I think it's definitely situational because I'm posting a backside 720 I did at Breckenridge today. I'm posting it tomorrow, and I land flat base. So it's gonna kind of contradict what I'm about to say here, but there is a time and a place to do both of them. And then I want to kind of elaborate a little bit, and I don't have that video loaded for this week, but I want to pop it off here. So this is gonna be a frontside 7. And I do under rotate this, but I posted this for a specific reason. So what you're gonna notice here is that as I go into I'm spotting the landing, and this is probably about like, I think 450, I think. So I'm landing right here, but I'm landing on a slight toe side edge. Now I need to land on a toe side edge because I came up a little bit short, 100%. I know this. And I'm definitely not claiming this to be the best 7 ever. It's definitely not the case. But with this said, I'm landing with my weight leaning uphill. Notice how I'm leaning uphill. If I lean flat or even downhill a little bit, I'm catching an edge. I'm having a terrible day. It's not going to be sick. So I land slightly on my toe side edge. But then as I move to the next couple frames, I'm going to slow this down, 0.2. Move a couple frames, I immediately lock this edge in, and now I'm able to lock that edge in. Look, I'm still on the edge. I'm still on the edge. Now I'm flat base, but I locked that edge in. Now notice that I don't have any unnecessary or unwanted rotation. So being able to land on the edge like this, I specifically lock that edge in, keep going to the next jump. So it's definitely very useful being able to land on an edge for sure. We also just got a Julian. What up, dog? I saw your comment from before the chat started, Julian. You said that you shared this with a friend and then he locked in back ones. Dude, well, first, stoked your dude landed back one. Second, that's sick that you're sharing the content, dude. Let's go. And then Julian says, how do I know if my stance is too wide, or what are the reasons for not to do a wide stance? Okay, so I don't know if you've seen it. I do have a YouTube video over here. I'm gonna just pop this up real quick. And this is for a further kind of nerd. So if you go to my YouTube channel here and you go over to this little button right here, you type search, just type in stance. Just keywords are perfect. Say, what's my stance? And then here's how to set up your snowboard stance. So these are really, really good resources. But what you're asking me specifically is, what ends up happening is if your stance is too wide, you do theoretically, you may have a wider platform, but then you're going to be slightly unstable because you're too wide. But more importantly, you're limiting your ability to rotate your hips. And I'm going to try to scoot back as long as my camera can stick with me. So when I'm snowboarding, I want to be able to have my hip rotate this way. That's a really big range of motion, right? It's almost 90 degrees that way. Then I want to be able to rotate that way. Now, if I go super wide, which you guys really can't see it, but I'm limiting. Now my hip can't move that far. So if I were to make a nice hillside turn, my feet really wide, it's so much harder to make that turn. Whereas here, I have more range of motion, and then that goes into spinning, frontside and backside. It definitely is a big deal being able to do that. And then when you're going too wide, you guys can't really see my knees. Can't really do it. When your stance is too wide, your knees actually flare in. So imagine your knee, theoretically, this is like the femur, your shin bone. Your knees should be able to flex in a biomechanically awesome position. But if your knees get too wide, your knees start to do this. Now they start rotating in this weird way. And I used to do that, and I would dislocate my knee because there'd be so much pressure in this weird position that it would pop. So you want to have that biomechanically correct or awesome position, so you're flexing more appropriately, so that when you do land with a lot of impact, you're able to handle that pressure instead of like just popping out a knee, right? Popping out a knee or hurting a knee. So you definitely like want to make sure that that whole thing is locked in. So, but check out that video. Those 2 videos for that I just talked about, pretty freaking fire. Jose Portista says, closer to when we get to figure out a way to get Tommy out here, I'll put you in my checked baggage. Let's go, dude. I'm down. I'm just gonna sneak in there. No big deal. Let's see. Don, what up, guys? Says, yo, Tommy, what up, dude? Addison Rock, I am so mad. You just said, tore my meniscus when I finally got back into. Tore my meniscus when I finally got back into Let's Shred. I live in Denver and will drive to you. So I don't do any private lessons, and if you see me out there, I'm definitely down to like catch up chairlift ride. A lot of the days, and a lot of people don't really know this, but I coach snowboarding full time. So I have a group of athletes that I work with. So 5 days a week, I'm riding with those athletes, and then other days I'm like trying to create content or trying to rest. But I've only taken 1 rest day, 1 day off snow in the last like 65, 70 days, and I think I'm at like close to pushing 100 days so far of snowboarding. It's been insane. Pretty stoked on it. But yeah, definitely would love to like say what's up. I definitely love to meet you guys and just like vibe and hang out and get to know you. But Addison, hopefully your knee's good. Hard to tell on the text, the message, if your knee's good. I hope it's not torn or anything, or it's like all good. And then we also had a $5 donation from Grandpa Bob. He says, any tips on reading terrain as you ride and turn? You know what, Grandpa Bob, that is a great question. And Grandpa Bob's actually been helping out on the back end of stuff with a goggle company that I'm creating. Not yet, but in a few weeks, I should have like a really sick update for you guys with an actual CAD drawing, a 3D render of what the goggle is going to look like, kind of the perks and the gems of the magicness that we're going to be creating. So that's going to be coming soon, but kind of a little backstory for y'all. But when it comes to any tips on reading terrain. So this week's video, Matthew, the editor, edited a sick video, and that's one of the things that I talk about. Is a big thing about reading terrain is understanding a concept called fall line. So if I had a perfectly straight down slope like this, and I took a bowling ball and I rolled it down, it's gonna roll down, right? So us as skiers or snowboarders are gonna be able to make those turns. I know that if I point my board straight down the fall line, that I'm gonna go straight down. Obviously that's the easiest part of the terrain to read. But then you get this thing called a multi-fall line. And then what ends up happening is you have this slope that goes perfectly down this way, and then it turns at the same time. So it's like tilted at this weird angle. So now technically, even though this is downhill, that's not the fall line. The fall line is where that bowling ball would go, which actually would go in this direction. So with that said, really anticipating what's gonna happen and keeping your spine upright, your eyes up on a swivel so you're able to look, but anticipate what's happening. You know, my eyes, which I kind of think it'd be cool to do a video on like my eye tracking and where my eyes are. I don't know how we would do that, but they do it in like video games where they like track your eyes. I think it'd be really cool to do like 5 to 10 tricks or riding in general and show you where my eyes are. But I'm constantly looking 10 feet past my nose, and then 100 feet past my nose on my snowboard, and then 10 feet, and then I'm looking to my left. I'm a spaz because I'm really trying to identify where am I in relation to everything going around me. So as far as reading the terrain, being able to anticipate what's gonna happen. And in addition to that, you also have the option of doing a skidded turn, which is gonna help slow you down. And then you have a carve turn, which is gonna help either coast or deaccelerate just a little bit or accelerate, so you're slicing through the snow. And a lot of times when you're riding these weird fall lines that you want to slice across the snow. So Grandpa Bob, I do have a sick video coming out this week talking about like 5 beginner things that you don't know about, you're unaware of, and that's kind of some of the things I talk about is reading the terrain. So it'll be a sick video. Hopefully I was able to give you a little bit of nugget in there, but it's hard because I want to give you a visual example. It's just hard. Let's see, Jordan Isaac says, any tips for your first time POW rider? Kind of just follows along perfectly with what we were talking about. Anticipate what is happening because you're going to be going down a steep section and then it's going to get flat. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. So you want to make sure that you're carrying enough speed from this part down through that next part. So I got to judge and anticipate carrying more speed here so that I can get through that flat spot. Also, follow somebody's line. This is kind of a clutch thing that I do all the time. I'll follow somebody's line so they have essentially created a nice pathway for me to accelerate, and then I'll dip into some turns and then dip back to the path. Dip into some turns and back to the path, and that's such a game changer because if I'm just staying out there in the fresh snow and it gets flat and then I get stuck, I'm not stoked. So you got to use these little cheat codes to come back to the main path, get some speed, come back out. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? That's definitely a good time. Definitely a good time. So then after that, we got being coolant. Have you ever been to Mount Snow in Vermont? I actually have never been to Mount Snow in Vermont. I've gone to, and I've never been to Corinthia either. Let's see. I have been to Okemo, Killington, and Stratton on the East Coast. I've been to Pennsylvania, like Seven Springs. That place is fire. Kimberly says, this is my first season. I'm able to ride regular switch, stop pretty well, only for going 6 times. Well, congratulations. I'm stoked on you. Got to improve on S-turns, toe sides in general, but I just bought my own gear. Dude, Kimberly, that is so sick. I hope you're having the sickest time. I don't know if you saw last week's video on Friday. I did drop one. It is popping off right now, which is kind of sick. So if we go over to here, if you go to my main YouTube channel, and then you go here, and then you go to this 5 worst positions, that S-turns is gonna be such a big deal because I'm gonna tell you the positions not to be in. More importantly, I give you the solution on how to be more awesome at turning, but it sounds like you're already ripping and riding, so that's sick. But then if you have any specific topics that you wanna like address, definitely type over here and then just be like carving, turns, jumps, type of thing. And yeah, kinda sick. Okay. Ryan says, how do I fix a little chip on my board? It's called what? Somebody help me. Type it in the chat. What the rip? It's not PTEX. I don't know what it's called.
When you break your snowboard, what is it that usually breaks on it? I just broke my first board. It was a 2013 Burton Antler 151. 5 centimeters. The tail broke where the contour changes to the up position.
Oh, it's okay. So Home Alone says, I'm gonna try to remember this. It's not PTEX. PTEX can fix your epoxy. Clear Creek County gets a freaking digital high five. Boom. Digital, virtual, whatever. Epoxy. So essentially you can use epoxy. So you can clean out, dry out your snowboard. Don't do it while it's wet. Dry it out. Let it sit in your house. Get to room temperature. You can sand it, kind of make it smooth, whatever you need to do. Like clean it out. And then you can get epoxy, which is 2 different chemicals. And then you squeeze it in a bottle. And then as they come together, they chemically combine and become very, 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 very firm. And then what you can do is like dabble on that. And if your board is split, you can put epoxy in between it and then clamp it together. And then it helps like stay together. So then you can do that. But then you can also... and then your epoxy and you let it sit for whatever's recommended on the box, 24 hours, 48 hours, whatever it is. Take it off, sand it down, make it smooth. That's definitely a sick option. And then we also just had another donation from Donovan. Said, when you break your snowboard, what is it that usually breaks on it? I just broke my first snowboard. It was a 2013 Burton Antler 151. The tail broke where the contour changes in the opposition. So now when you mean broke, real quick, I'm really curious, did you impact the edge so that the edge is now busted? Did you split it where it's like coming apart? A lot of times when you break a snowboard, it's like because you ran in something and then physically the nose runs into something and then the board starts to delam or split, so then you could do the epoxy technique. If it's an impacted edge, a lot of times when you have a busted edge, there's not much you can do about it, and I'll give you a terrible, terrible example. I bought this board, and this is so lame. So this is what I did on mine. So what I did is I impacted the rail, like right here, and then it embedded this. Now, what I could do is I could take it to a shop, and what they'll do is they'll cut this part out. They'll make a slice out here, here, and here, and they'll take a piece of this board actually out, and then they'll take the edge out, and then they'll replace it with a brand new edge, and then they'll kind of base weld something back together. Now, at the end of the day, it's not going to be ever the same. Now, what happens is those 2 parts where you're now you're replacing that edge, essentially you're going to have these micro gaps that are in the edge. And then when you start to hit ice, so I'm going to try to do my best. A perfect slice edge does not have this. Imagine this is edge A, edge B, they're together and they're trying to like make it smooth. You try to get it as flush as possible, but at some point you're gonna have a little separation just like my knuckles do. And when my knuckles have this separation and you start riding in POW, not a big deal because it's not gonna create enough friction. But if you start riding in ice, it's gonna create enough friction where eventually this edge rips out, and that's bad. So I don't ride that board. It's not worth me getting fixed. I'm gonna email him and see if I can get a new one. But it's not worth trying to fix it simply because it's dangerous. It's a liability for me because if I'm going off a 50, 60, 70 foot jump and my edge blows out, I'm done. So it's not worth that risk for me. So I have to get a new one. Muhammad says, yeah, made it to the live chat. What up, doggy? Melanie says, in Washington, USA, I go to Mount Bachelor, Snoqualmie. Never been there, want to go there. Mission Ridge, I've been there. That place is sick. And Canada, I've been to Whistler and Whistler Blackcomb. Whistler Blackcomb is fire. I love that place so much. Brady says, are you going to do a summer camp this year? I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about summer camp, Brady. I'm thinking about doing 1 week in June and for about 10 people. I don't think I'm gonna do 2 weeks. I have a hip flexor slash labrum slash something going on in my hip that's like super miserable. So I need to get a MRI and I can't afford it right now. So I'm kind of just holding off on it, but trying to get an MRI. Hopefully I can find a hospital that's like wants to work with me and I can do it for free or something or get an MRI. I don't know, but I need to get an MRI and then see if I need surgery or anything and then kind of figure all that out. But when it comes down to it, I really want to host a camp. I'm just not sure when. It's just called a sharpener. They are flat and do they come in different angles? I am definitely missing what's going on in that chat. Zach says, I just started snowboarding and I feel like I may have started a bit too late in the season to get enough practice so that I can take it over into next season. What can I do in the off season? Well, I mean, honestly, utilize as much time as you can now because the reality is this part of the season in a lot of places becomes soft and fun and exciting and so sick. And you definitely want to be out there because this is some of the most fun time you'll ever have. It's sunny, it's beautiful, people are vibing, it's sick. But then in the off season, definitely physical training. Doing like explosive work is really cool because you want to be explosive. Snowboarding is very explosive, especially in the freestyle realm. It's very explosive. Staying in shape is definitely a big deal. That sucks. MRIs are free here. Yeah, Borealis, not for me. They're quite... and then other things is pick up a snowboard addiction board or use your snowboard on tires or couch cushions. That's really sick. Anytime you can get in a trampoline, trampolines will be a big deal for you for sure. John C says, yo, can we get this man an MRI money by the end of the live stream? I don't even know how much they are. I think they're like a couple grand, right? Emily says, go fund me for your MRI. Your dudes can donate. It takes a village. That could be really cool. I'm just like hesitant, you know? I guess I'm just weird because I don't want to beg people to go get an MRI. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. I'm weird about that kind of stuff because I want to get the MRI and I think it's really important, but I also want like to make sure you guys are getting something in return. I think that's where it comes from. I don't want to be selfish and be like, give me money for me to get surgery. At the end of the day, I want to be able to like contribute to you guys. And I feel like I'm doing a lot. I'm doing, posting on Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff. And I'm definitely trying to help you guys as much as possible, but I just feel weird. Josh says, according to the Times, an average cost of an MRI in the United States is $2,611. If anybody has a connection with a hospital that they want to just like hook me up and go do some Instagram stuff or some shout outs at a hospital, get sponsored type of thing, that could be really cool. Maybe like an exchange. But that's sick. That could be really cool too. I also wanted to hit up a couple places to do that. Be like, hey, can we do something? So I need to figure that out. Okay, so Sean's been spamming in the chat saying, hi, I'm having an issue on my Hillside edge. I keep chattering out and falling. Any tips? Yes, I do. Excuse me. I'm trying to think about, so the biggest thing, if you guys are chattering out, and this kind of goes into a little bit of our, Ian says, you're too modest, Tommy. Well, I'll chip in. It's hard, man. Marry a Canadian free MRI. Should we? Question mark. I'm already taken. But is getting married to a Canadian for $2,611 value of that? I don't know. Okay, so back to the question that we had. We had a good question about doing a hillside turn and chattering out. So essentially what chatter comes from is that you have too much pressure on the edge without any ability to stay in contact with the ground. So 2 things that you need to do is, call it maybe 2.5, 3 things. So what you need to do is flex down lower, decrease your actual tilt of your entire body, but you can lift up your toes to exchange the leaning over for your toes lifting up so you can still get the same tilt. But when you lift up your ankles, then your ankles can semi-absorb the chatter or stay in contact with the snow. In addition to that, your knees can start to absorb that chatter or absorb the terrain so you don't chatter. And then if you're just leaning too far back, you're super inclinated over, then you're gonna chatter, you're gonna fall down. So I actually think I'm gonna pull up a video right here. Let's see, sort by date, sort by popularity. How to go fast. Oh, this is a really sick video, watch. Oh, here it is. So, how to go fast on a snowboard, 250,000 views. What? Okay, not bad.
MRI money.
Aw. Yo, you're amazing. You can't do that. I'm gonna fight you. Thank you so much for the $10 donation to the MRI money. So I'm gonna be jumping around real quick. I was doing a 360 out of a rail and I landed and rotated my hip open, and then I like hurt something inside like my hip. So every time I retract my knees, I have a pain. Every time I engage my core, I have a pain. So anytime I try to do a squat, like squatting, it hurts. Every time, so I'm trying to work out and do abs, crunches, lift up my legs at all, pull my knees up, do a squat, any of that kind of stuff, like it just hurts. Snowboarding, I think it still hurts, I still notice it, but I think the adrenaline's there where I don't notice as much, but it's still there. Like sitting in this chair hurts. But I'm still able to ride at a high level enough where it's like, is the surgery outweighing, is it gonna cause more problems? My friend Kevin Bentley, who's like an amazing dude, he's like, well, if it's a labrum tear, it's an 8 to 10 month recovery, and they're really complicated because there's lack of blood flow, and you're supporting a lot of pressure, a lot of weight, your body weight's on your hip, and he's like, if you can avoid it, avoid it. But he's like, if it's an abdominal tear from that area, then that's a better thing, and it's only 4 months recovery. And I'm like, well, so I need to know what I need to do. I just want an MRI so I have an answer of like, okay, I'm gonna get surgery in 10 years or 20 years when I stop snowboarding. Do I need a surgery now? Do I even need surgery? Maybe I'm just being soft. I don't know. So that's kind of where my hip thing is. And I just bring it up because at the end of the day, we all deal with bumps and bruises. We all deal with it. And I'm not immune to it. I fall all the time. I am not perfect by any means. And I deal with injuries and it's not fun. But I'm going to go back to the question of you guys were asking about chatter, and thank you so much for the $10 donation. You're amazing. Okay, here's the video. Watch this guy. Okay, notice that I was able to get low and absorb that terrain. There's a part here where I do fall over, I swear. There you go, chatter, fall over. It's because I was leaning too far back. I was applying so much pressure that I couldn't handle it. So it's got to be a combination. So look at all that snow. Look at that helmet. Look at those goggles. Wow, things have changed. Things have changed. All right, so back to this. What is Tracy, I have no idea what that means. Let's see, you need a wide board. Sounds like your boots are not a good fit. Rip. Home Alone. Rip. Jose Bautista says you need some WD-40. Yeah, dude, wouldn't that be sick if you could just maybe some of that? Tommy, you need to immigrate to Australia, get some free MRIs. That'd be sick, huh? Ari says, or just you say you have a stomach ache at the hospital, dude. Come to Switzerland, bump your foot, go to the hospital, get a free MRI, and then do what you can do. It's super sick. All right, looks like I'll pay for the flight. You pay for the flight. That's it. Yeah, I'll pay for the flight. Dude, that'd be sick. Matt Sweeney says, how to pick your path in moguls as a relative beginner, riding over peaks in S, or take skier path and work them quicker. Yo, dude, actually, no, we're not doing that. We're going to Tommy Bennett, moguls. I think we can find it here. Where did I do that? Okay, hate moguls must watch. In this video, I talk about the path. Now, what I like to do when you have moguls is I like to ride this little mogul. I know it's not a mogul, it's my hand, but you got a mogul like this, and then you want to like kind of use the mogul as a bank, as like you're a NASCAR driver. You're using this as a bank to help redirect your momentum. But instead of my nose just pointing straight down, I'm going to try to do this. So I can actually go like this. I can go on the bank, start to turn my snowboard sideways. So I start managing my speed while I'm turning, and then I'm able to actually make like a really sick turn and do that. It's pretty sick. So boom. James, what up, dog? How we doing? He says, fight me if you want. Get that MRI. Fight me if you want. Get that MRI and make sure you're good, dude. Do you suggest steeper terrain to improve on, or flat is better? I can ride, but not comfortable doing tricks yet. I will fight you. I appreciate the $10 donation, dude. That's freaking sick. I'm going to put it to the go help me not get broke off fund.
MRI. Dude, about to hit some double black diamonds soon. Any tips?
Ooh, let me get with this first one, and then I'm going to get with the second one. You guys are amazing. Popping off. I love it. You guys are freaking awesome. So the first one was James. I suggest practicing on moderate, like kind of mellow terrain, like kind of mellow steep. And I actually today I filmed 5 relatively like kind of not beginner tricks, but like 5 flat ground tricks. And what I do is like moderate terrain, because if I point my board down the fall line and it's really steep, all of a sudden I pick up a lot of speed. I don't have time to process what do I need to do. So if it's kind of mellow terrain, I can point my board down the fall line. I can have 3 to 5 seconds to think about, okay, I want to do a 180, I want to do an ollie, I want to do whatever, and I can have time to think about it, gain a little speed, get my balance right, I'm feeling good, jib. Do that again and repeat that, and then jib, slow down, do it again, but like not super flat where you get no momentum, but like 10, 15 degree slope, then you're able to like pick up a little speed, do a trick, slow it down, but you're not, in addition, you're not freaked out because it's so fast that if I fall or I catch an edge, I'm gonna get bodied. I wanna have that perfect balance of not super steep, but steep enough. Hopefully that answers your question. But this video coming up, I got a couple cool ones like how to ollie and shifty, how to spray Hillside, how to spray Toeside, how to do a hot garbage, how to do butters, how to do Euro carves. Dude, we popping off on that. Not this week, it's gonna be next week's video. James, what's up, dude? He says, I work at Cooper, hit me up. You like Cooper or Copper, dude? Because Cooper, haven't really been there, but Copper's freaking sick. And then we also got Steven says, dude, you're amazing. Steven says, fight James if you want, but get that MRI. Dude, I know. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I just need to get an MRI, and just so I have an answer, right? If I can have an answer, and then I know, okay, I'm out for like 2 months, 3 months. Well, then I do a camp in June, and then July, August, September. You know, I can be good for like I can recover for 4 months. But if it's gonna take 8 months, I'm gonna blow it off. Then we also got another. Matt says MRI, dude. Yeah, $20 for the MRI. Let's go. Hitting some double black diamonds soon. Any tips? Yes, I do. Let me go back to this one right here. Just go to this guy's YouTube channel, go to videos, and then we're gonna go to this one right here. Boom. Struggling with steeps beginner guide. Dude, 125K, what the rip? So this is a steep run at Vail. This place is so fun. But so a couple big things that you got to pay attention to when you're riding steep terrain. The longer your nose points down the fall line, oh yeah, you guys can't even see it. The longer your snowboard points down the fall line, the faster you're going to go. So essentially you want to minimize the amount of time you're pointing your nose down your fall line if you're trying to maintain that speed or go slow. Of course, if you want to go fast, send that nose down. But even here, so I'm trying to go fast here. I'm going to back this up a little bit. The dude's doing a little intro. So notice here that my board's across the fall line. My lead shoulder's anticipating the Hillside turn. My eyes are looking downhill. What? Come on. Oh, that's why. Okay, we're here. I don't know what he's saying. He's got sick goggles though. We're gonna get some new ones here in a minute. Okay, I don't know what you're saying. Come on. Boom. So I'm anticipating my lead shoulder's open. I'm anticipating this turn. Notice how quick I turn my snowboard here. Boom. even though I'm still pointing the snowboard down, I made that quick turn so my nose didn't spend much time down the fall line, and I'm already slowing down, slowing down, slowing down, slowing down. Now I'll do it again. Boom. I don't spend much time down the fall line because I'm not trying to, boom, look at that. Balance position, turn, balance position. Oh, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. We're out here. We're cooking up a meal. And then he talks again. So if you're looking for, oh, hey, hold on, come back here. My computer's having a weird time right now. Thank you. So that video right there, how to snowboard steep terrain, kind of a sick one, but that's definitely gonna help. Rachel says, I've been hitting boxes for the first time this season. I'm trying to get my frontside board sides, but when I do and twist my hips to get the board to board side, I slip off and my feet onto my butt. Any tips? So let me see if we can find you an example. There's a board side video that I posted the other day. Where are you at? Okay, here we go. Fast mo, slow mo. So this is the board side you're talking about. So it's like where I go here. I wish I could pause it. Oh, I can. Let's go. So when I'm in this position right here, you're going to notice that my shoulders are stacked like over my board. And yes, my hips kind of pointed back a little bit, but essentially my weight is flat or even on the box. So if I have a 20-degree angle of the feature, my board's got to match that 20 degrees. My hips and my shoulders all got to be at that 20 degrees. Now for this instance, it was a rainbow. So I was like here, everything was parallel, everything is parallel. That's a big deal because you want your board to be parallel so you don't slip out. If my angle is 20 degrees and my board is 0, well, guess what? I'm on an edge and I'm slipping out. I'm not having a good day. But even better than that, because that's sick. But also self-promotion here, 100%. I break down tricks every single day. We're almost at, I want to do 100,000 subscriber giveaway. I got some big things. I've been talking to some people, making some moves. I got some binding, some boots, a jacket, pearl wax gear, possibly some other stuff, maybe some really, 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 really heavy stuff. I wanted to do a free lift ticket and a free day, like a ride with me for an hour, a private session. So I was going to do probably like a 100K giveaway. I wanted to do it at 75, but my schedule was a little crazy, so I need to push it back a little bit. But I was going to do this one. So if you guys want to follow the Instagram, I post every day, 100K giveaway. And then when we hit 50 on YouTube, I wanted to do kind of a combined. And we got some really big things in the work because I want to get back to you guys. Because you guys helped me, but I also want to get back. So moving on. Give it a follow. Every day, post. So back to Tommy Bennett's channel. The other day, Rachel, by the way, if you go to my YouTube channel right here, or you just type in board side, just type in board to make it. Oh, there it is. Super easy steps, how to board side. This video is a nerd and a half. This one's really good, so definitely check this one out. It just talks about different tactics on how to get that board side. I think you're gonna love it. I think you're gonna freaking love it. Okay, what else we got here? Boreala says, woo, I am down with the pearl wax. Pearl wax is fire. Pearl wax has some things they're working on. Can't tell you about them, but they're saying, Derek, what up, dog? She said, what up, dude? What up, bro? Random thing that I wanted to tell you guys. I also just, Starlink, you know what that is? It's like new internet. I'm gonna try it out. It's gonna be sick. California Carve is Hillside. Yeah, right. Okay, what's up, man? While going from Toeside to Hillside in an S-turn, it feels like I'm skidding too much and I lose a lot of speed. How do I control the skidding and keep it clean? So if you're trying to do a carve, the carve is a big deal because you want to be able to lift up your toes on your Hillside edge and you're balancing and slicing through the snow and you're doing that. And then when you transition, when you guys are going from a Hillside to a...
Getting old sucks, but you get used to the pain.
Oh, man. Dude, thank you so much for the $40 donation. March, you coming out? DM me on Instagram. Let me know if you're coming out this month. We got to grab dinner. It says getting old sucks, but you got to get used to the pain. Dude, I got a broken back. I got a busted wrist. I got to have surgery. This bone right here is like dead. And then it just hurts all the time. So I need to get this thing removed and my wrist feels together. And then And then, yeah, it's just getting old, man, getting old. And I'm not even that old, but I'm getting old. But thank you so much for the $40 donation. Let's go. So what we were talking about was the turns. So essentially when you're in here's like your turn. You have the initiation, the beginning part of your turn, the middle, it's called control phase of your turn, and then you got the finish. So initiation, control, finish. That's instructor terminology for you guys. But when you're at the beginning of your turn, you can be really tall. And then when you get to the middle of your turn, try this tactic. Think about getting low. And then as you transition, so you're like sinking down. And then as you go to the next turn, you start to stand up and you unweight the snowboard. It's going to allow you to make that edge change a lot more fast and a lot more seamless. So that's definitely a good tactic for sure. Muhammad says, yo, Tommy, you the man, bro. Dude, thank you, dog. Let's go. Let's see. Olivia said, I would be on Instagram, but I would follow you, but I don't have an Instagram. All good. Do you have TikTok? I'm starting to post on TikTok too. Okay, we also got Eccentric T. Let's go. Any tips for laid out backflips, specifically the landing? I've done trampoline work, airbag work. I got 8-second video. I'm nervous about throwing my first one on a real jump. Also, get that MRI. I don't have, ooh, do I? Oh, actually, yo, dude, hold on. No, actually though, we got one for you. Hold on. I was about to say I don't do backflips. Okay, I'm gonna try to pose this as much as possible. So this is a relatively what?
Hey, Tommy, love the content. Really informative and entertaining. Shot some videos to the kids and very helpful. We're all beginner intermediate. Working on carving and riding switch. Top 5 worst positions was awesome. Stay cool and don't grab tiny.
Yo, let's go, dude. I appreciate the 1080, the $10.80 donation, which is a sick trick, of course. Dude, I'm stoked you liked that video. That video was definitely very powerful, and I'm stoked that you're stoked on it. Also, don't grab Tindy. Yes, don't grab Tindy. Grab Tindy. You out of here. Dude, thank you so much for the $10, dude. That's freaking fire. I like to switch the screen so that we all can read it. It's hard to read here. Okay, so what we're talking about is a backflip with T over here. So essentially with the backflips, what I like to do is I'm looking at the landing and I'm spotting here. And notice that I'm not chucking my neck back. My neck is actually not super back, but my weight is back, my hips are back. And then I release my back foot and I extend that foot. Now I start to release my head, but notice that I'm not cranking my head back. Now I'm getting that flip and that initiation. Now my eyes are starting to look at the landing, and now I look at the landing. Once I see that landing, I got to make a decision. Am I holding my legs up behind me to slow the rotation, or am I flexing my knees and bringing my feet underneath me soon? So for this example, I kind of just, my center mass stays pretty much the same, and I bring my feet to the landing just enough to land, and I land both feet at the same time, and I absorb that impact. It's pretty flat, so let's watch that again. Boom. I'm laying that out, doing a backflip, spotting, flinging that board out from underneath me. Look for the landing. Once I get that landing, I'm looking at it, slowing it down, land both feet at the same time, absorb. Now, ideally, if you're doing a backflip, do it into some powder, do it into like some soft snow, just because you want to make sure you're all good. So hopefully that helps, my dude. We also got Matthew Dalton, guys. Big round of applause for Matthew. He's been absolutely stepping it up, putting so much energy into helping edit this content. So one thing that I've been able to do this year is hire an editor so that I'm able to put my focus and energy on creating the content and all the other stuff that I got going on. And then he's been stepping up the game on editing. So big shout out to Matthew. He's been crushing it. He's coming in here, absolutely just helping out. Like, I can't do this alone, and having a community around me is a really big deal. Really big deal. Just want everybody to know that I'm pro. I did not say that. I'm reading a comment. I am not pro. No, I'm not. But LOL. That's funny.
Hey, Tommy, what's
Matthew,
up, legend? Wondering who your favorite pro snowboarder is. Mine's is Red Gerard.
Matthew says, no Tindy. That's funny. Okay, so we just got a 1440. I love when you guys do these snowboard tricks. So if you guys didn't notice, a 1080 is like 3 full rotations. 1440 is another big rotation. It's 4 around. The biggest trick I've ever spun is a 1260. like 3 years ago. I need to get back on that. But what up, dog? Benjamin, I appreciate that. Why Gelt, right? That's what I say it right? Wondering what your favorite pro snowboarder is. Mine's Red Gerard. Red Gerard is pretty freaking awesome. I also really love Travis Rice. I've been a big fan of Travis Rice. I met him when I was younger. I'm reading some of these comments. I'm dying out here. But one of my favorite snowboarders is definitely going to be Travis Rice. Just his ability to like read the terrain, do insane stuff, to push and to be innovative. He was also really freaking sick when he was competing. He would crush in pipe and slope. I'm a big fan. Plus, he's like contributed a lot back into the industry and wasn't just like, I'm awesome, look at me. It was like, okay, what can I create to make it, to push the boundaries of snowboarding? But I'm gonna do it with my friends. I'm gonna do it for the community. I'm gonna do it for the snowboarders. And I just think that's really freaking cool. Jinjin says, any plans coming to Minnesota or North Star this season? Great parks, lots of fans here. No, I really want to, but I'm probably not gonna travel at all this year just because of everything's weird, you know what I mean? Okay. So we also got Noah says, is it better to stand up high or squat down when turning the board? I think they call it up and weight, down and weight turns when you use each method. So it's situational. One is better than the other in different situations. Being the traditional up and weighted movement, so you're in the middle of your turns, you go like here, you're like tall, small, tall. If that makes sense to you guys? So you're really tall, you start to sink down, and then when you want to change the weight or change the edge, you're actually up and weighting your snowboard. So up and weight is a very efficient and intuitive type of turn. That's what most people do. Most people can't do the other one because it's very counterintuitive. And the other one is you're really small in the beginning of the turn, you get really tall in the middle of the turn, and then you sink down as you change edges. But that really transitions into doing most Euro Carve stuff. But that's such a great question. There's a really sick video that I have in here with the boy Gary Watts. He's like one of the homies. He rides with Ryan Napton too. Struggling to carve. Where are we at? Advanced carving tips. Tip and rip. This is an example of what not to do. Look at that. See, Matthew did that. Matthew was like, no. See, he's putting those little things in. Matthew's crushing it. So if you watch this video towards this part back here, like we talk about like Euro carves and stuff, and 180s. I think it's around here somewhere. But then the Euro carve so you can do down and weighted is really good for Euro carves. Also really good for mogul. So just kind of putting that out there. Stefan. What up? It's been a while since I donated. Glad to see you. Keep killing it. Still keeping at it. Dude, I appreciate you with the $10 donation, man. We still at it, dude. This was 4 minutes. I don't know. It probably, where is it? It's not showing up on I have a bunch of windows open, blah, blah, blah. But dude, thank you so much for the donation. Yeah, we still at it, man. We still doing our thing. We're just trying to, just one day at a time, trying to help as much as possible, you know what I mean? We also have Brandon, dude. Kirk, what up, dog? You left, huh? I'm gonna fight you. Kirk and I went dirt biking this summer, and we vibe pretty hard. We're doing some Supercross fantasy together. It's super fun, super fun. Appreciate you being here, dog. Scrolling down. Tip and rip, let's go. Adam, do you have a video on tame dogs? I'm very close to it, but I can't stick the landing. So I do not have a YouTube video on that. I do not, but I do have a Instagram post on that. I am looking for a front flip. So I kind of generically know where all these are. That's not it. Oh, there it is. See, here's a breakdown for you. So I'm gonna let you watch it. I'm gonna let you watch it real quick. In a little slow mo. So traditionally, front flips are less scary but harder to land, and this is the reason why. People get right about here and they stop driving. They just let go. This backhand goes to the ground and they stop going. But notice that I'm able to flip over the front of my snowboard. I'm keeping everything going, and then I keep rotating Look at my shoulders. I keep rotating until both my feet land flat and I'm in a stacked position. Look how stacked I am. Now, obviously, I don't want to overcook it, so I'm like landing on my nose of my snowboard and getting bodied. But the real big thing is you got to finish this trick. If you're doing a front flip, right here, people start to bail. Right here, people bail even more. But you got to own that so that your shoulder is landing at the, landing parallel to the terrain. So your shoulders are matching the angle of the terrain. So that notice that my knees are flexed, my shoulders are flexed, and I'm like riding away. Boom. So tame dogs are a big deal. They're fun, man. I need to start doing them on bigger jumps. They definitely freak me out on bigger jumps, but there we go. Hopefully that helps. Thank you, Nightbot. Finn, right. What up, dog? How you doing? Jeffrey says, I have a powder board and a park board that are very different shaped. Should I stick with one for everyday use to get used to switching it up? You know, it's going to be personal preference. I don't necessarily think that there's there's like a right or wrong on this. Personally, for me, I just ride the same board every single day because I like the predictability of that board. And then when I want to go ride, which I don't, change my board for riding powder, but if I were to, it would be like, I'm going to Japan, I'm gonna ride a board, I'm gonna get a reverse camber board, I'm not gonna get a specific directional board. Not a fan, because I like to do 540s in the snow and land switch. I don't wanna get bodied, so I wanna have that application. But I personally ride the same board every single day so that I know what I'm getting into. I show up in the mountain and I wanna progress the trick. Well, I know how my board feels, so I don't have to get used to it. Granted, you wanna be able to understand how to use your board, the other board, so I'd put a couple days in there so when it comes time to send it, you're used to it. But at the same time, it's gonna be personal preference. There's no wrong answer. I just ride the same board every day. Literally, same board every day. Fletch says, I'm snowboarding at Breckenridge and wanna learn how to ride rails better. Got any tips? Practice, 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 but start small. A lot of the Breckenridge Resort, like main park, the park lane, has a lot of aggressive rails. So on the right-hand side, there's a lot of boxes. The biggest thing that's gonna help you is making sure that your board is flat at whatever angle the rail is at. If the rail is 30 degrees downhill, your board is matching that 30 degrees, so is your shoulders, so is your hips. But one big thing to staying on the rail is keeping your eyes pointed at the end of the feature. Let's see if I have an example, right? Wouldn't that be sick if I had an example of that? Here's a good one. So I'm just gonna get on, I'm gonna urban on, I'm gonna 50-50, and I'm gonna nose tap. But watch in slow motion, my eyes are looking at the end of the rail. Still looking at the end of the rail. I tap, look down, now I look back up right away. So being able to keep your eyes up keeps you in a better body position. The other thing is keep your belly button stacked over the rail. Here's another rail. I'm gonna go in 50-50. Notice where my center of mass is. My center of mass is stacked over the board and over the rail. I was doing that for those little squatty squats. Same thing, if I'm gonna try to do this trick, back lip, it's a little baby tap, but my eyes are looking at the end of the rail, tap, and I keep going. It's a nice little theme, right, my dudes? Nice little theme. Richard says, hey man, I'm starting to do jumps. What trick should I learn first? Straight air, go up and over. Next, you have two options. Your next kind of move, you can either do a shifty, which means that your lead shoulder points straight down the hill and your body goes your board goes sideways, and then you bring it back. Don't keep it there. Go up, turn your board sideways, bring it back. What that does is it just starts your body getting used to doing different things in the air, starts to show ownership. The next thing is grab your snowboard. Grabbing your snowboard is such a big deal. If you're just getting into it, I know I'm talking about these videos a lot, but what's cool about these videos is I'm giving you steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on how to do stuff. In this live chat, I can definitely give you some really good feedback, but these videos give you such definitive steps and stuff. So go here, you can type in grab, and then easy beginner guide to grabbing. What's up, guys? My name is Tommy Bennett, and today we're gonna send it. It's not what I said, but we got a nice little kind of montage here. Matthew edited this, a big shout out to Matthew. So I started talking about grabbing, how to grab, basic grabs, grabbing off jumps. What should I do? That's such a big thing. The other video that is flipping awesome, I don't flip, but it is flipping awesome, is 5 jumping mistakes, guys. This video, top 5 most, look at that dramatic. I had to snowboard bad to do this. These are all examples of not being awesome. It does not count as a 360. That does not count. That's why I put it there. But that video is, that one's good. So that's what I would do. Ryan says, bro, what camera are you recording all these Instagram clips on? Dude, I'm actually recording on a GoPro 9. The GoPro 9 is freaking sick. I've been really stoked on it. I shoot at 1080, 120. I do it at 120 so I can slow everything down like 4 times without it looking terrible. Dude, it's sick. We got a big question. What? Olivia says, I followed your TikTok. Let's go. Hey, TikTok.
Any tips for dealing with long duration steeps? Heading to Jackson. I plan on starting at Lookers Left and interested in hitting Hobacks once acclimated.
Dude, that's sick. Sorry, I was reading it as she was talking. I'm gonna go real quick. Olivia, thank you so much. I'm gonna start posting on TikTok. I grew like 15, almost 15K. What am I at? Like, I think I grew 12K in like 3 weeks, and then I stopped. So I need to like do it. Ryan says, you are famous on Chinese TikTok, by the way. Dude, Ryan, will you tag me on Instagram or TikTok so I can see that? I want to see that. Are they stealing my stuff? I want to know. Not that I care they're stealing my stuff, but I do, but I don't. But I want to see what they're doing. Let's see. Emily, that's so freaking sick. So, Emily, any tips for long duration steeps heading to Jackson Hole? Planning on starting at Lookers Left and interested in hitting Hobacks once acclimated. I really think that when it comes down to like steeps, it's being able to do knee steering. So, if you didn't see the last video, knee steering is a big deal because you're able to make a sharper turn while managing the pressure and managing your speed because you're actually turning your board in a better manner. So when it comes to really steep stuff, that's like such a big deal because you want to be able to manage your speed. Can you do sharp turns fast? Yeah, that's the goal. But sometimes you just want to let it go and handle the terrain. So what I want you to do is keep an eye on these. I'm going to give you a couple resources. Again, I got some really sick videos that I think are going to really, really help you. I got 3 videos, so I'm gonna pop over to the other screen. So you're gonna type in steep right here. Struggling with steeps, this is a beginner guide, but it's gonna be so sick and useful. I don't know where you are at when it comes to like how gnarly you send it, but that one's gonna be really good. But then you can also do this one, how to ride fast, starts talking about combining steep terrain and managing speed. So I actually go send it down like some really fast runs and start managing the pressure. The biggest things you're gonna have to do is, and those videos are very helpful. The biggest things that you want to do on steep terrain is staying relatively low so that you have options. Let's say that you're really tall. Well, your only option for your body movement is to sink. Well, sometimes that's not what you want to do. What if I'm so small? Well, the only option you have is to extend, but extending may cause you to catch some air. So if I'm flexed, but I'm in the middle position, now I have the option of extending or flexing rapidly, really quick. I have that option of either going up or going down, and I'm stoked. That's going to be very valuable. Now, let's say it's like I need to absorb a bump. Well, then I can do that. What if I need to jump over a bump or jump over a log or a tree or whatever it is? I have that ability to do that. So that's going to be very important. Next thing is anticipate your turn with your shoulders. So essentially, if I want to go that direction, I want my shoulders to go there, allowing my board to go there as well. So I move together. If I'm going that way, I want to do that same thing. So Hillside, Toeside, but staying in an athletic, small position, a medium position, and then anticipate where you're going. The last thing that's going to be very valuable is anticipate what the heck is going to happen. You're going to have to read the terrain. There's going to be some steep spots, and it looks like a cliff over there. Well, then if there's a cliff, where do I go? Do I hit it? Do I go around it? I don't know. That's what you got to be able to determine. But the sooner you have that information, I see there's a cliff band 50, 100, 200 feet out, I can anticipate what to do. If I'm 6 feet away from that thing and I don't know that there's a cliff band there, dude, not sick. So thank you so much for the $20 donation, and I hope you send it, kill it. Emily, definitely send me some pictures on Instagram or some videos. I want to see that. DM them to me. Don't tag me and stuff. I mean, you can. I just don't see it. Instagram gives me like 100 notifications, and I may have posted something and I get 100 notifications in like 2 minutes, and then all of a sudden you're just buried and I don't see it. So, what board do you ride? Your board looks so light. So I ride 2 boards. I rode traditional camber board, so it's either going to be the Burton Custom True Twin or the Academy Proper Camba. And then Marlon says, Tommy, I recently just learned how to carve thanks to you. Let's go. That's so freaking sick. Let's see what else we got. Dude, you guys are popping off tonight. This is freaking exciting. Got a lot of you guys hanging out in here. Oh, Jin, you saw that, huh? How do you spend a 900 on such a small jump? Trust. It's about understanding the body positions and mechanics to be able to do it, but then having the ability to process so fast to be able to land it. A lot of skills, a lot of crazy stuff. Rick says, Tommy Dog, what up, dog? Do you have any videos talking about your back injury? I broke my back this season on the wrong side with 30 compressed fractures and could use some inspiration. DM me on Instagram. I have a video for you. On my online snowboard course, I have a video about how I overcame my back injury, and I'd love to share that with you. It's definitely not public, so I'll definitely DM me on Instagram. My Instagram is TommyB1. I'll pop it up here. TommyB1, shoot me an Instagram. I do get a lot of, that sounds weird. I get a lot of messages and I can't read them all. I can't get to them all, but I'll be looking out for that. And if you guys are trying to like reach me and stuff, let me know that you're on the live chat because I definitely, I appreciate that. And Steven says, I broke my back at 51, shattered L3. That's gnarly, dude. That's gnarly. Breaking backs is not fun, my dudes. Breaking backs is not sick. So, Ricky D, I have a video that like talks about my story. It's like a 2-part story. It's kind of like, what is it like? You're probably looking at like a 20, 30-minute video. But I broke my back when I was 17 years old. I was doing a back 7 in the half pipe. I don't know how old you are, Rick. But I broke mine when I was 17. I was riding for Oakley, Solomon, Bonfire, had sponsors. I was competing. I was doing as much as I could. And then I broke my back. And it was, the injury was like definitely rough, but mentally that was the rough part for me, is just coming back and being scared and all that stuff. So I talk about that. I talk about it a little bit, but I don't talk about it a lot. You know what I mean? But because of my back led me to be hanging out with you guys, right? I broke my back, got into coaching. Coaching got me into more coaching, got me into building the knowledge and the database of the nerd in my brain, and did a bunch of snowboard instructor courses, did a bunch of certifications, a bunch of stuff. And all that led me to just the knowledge that I have because I broke my back. So there's definitely, it doesn't mean like anything's over. The biggest trick I ever spun when I was 17 was like a back 10, and it wasn't sick. When I was 27 years old, I did a back 12. Like, I'm a better rider now than I was when I was riding for Oakley and Solomon and Bonfire, which is crazy. Shane says, I hit a half pipe for the first time last week. Scary stuff. You get so much speed so quickly, and then you run up a wall, and it's like this. You know, it's crazy. Half pipes are gnarly. Eventually, I've tried to make a how to ride a half pipe video like 3 times, and I just haven't, I'll be honest with you, I just haven't made that video yet because I don't know, I didn't figure it out. Hey, you guys want to see something real quick? I just want to see something. Let me know. You guys got to be honest with me. You got to be honest. We're going to change it up real quick. We don't want to be depressed. We want to be vibing. Do you like slope or pipe more? Ben says, I'm a slope dude. So when I was younger and I competed, I loved slope style way more, but I was better at half pipe. But I love slope. All right, so check this out. What do you guys think? My dude just made this for me. What do you guys think? TB intro V3. Let me know what you guys think. Be honest, right? We're going to watch this together. So no one's seen this yet. No one. You guys are literally first. I haven't even shown my closest friends because you're my closest friends. All right, here we go. Oh, so that's going to be like my little intro and stuff. And this guy's redoing my whole donations thing. So every time like a donation pops up, he's like redoing all that stuff. And the shatter could be cleaner. Okay, I like that. Dude, yeah, sick. Ben says sick. Matt says sweet. Derek, love it, bro. Derek, what up, dog? Adam says looks similar to Snowboard Pro Camp logo. Are you serious? Let's do that. Snowboard Pro Camp. Yeah, kind of. I see what you're saying. This guy's killing it. Look at that. 500K, dude. This guy's killing it. Yeah. Nah, it's not the same. I feel like it's not the same. I mean, there's only so much we can do when we're all snowboarders, you know what I mean? But, yeah. Definitely like the red animation part. Says, let's go. Rice is one of a kind. I think so, since it's all red. Note that you said that it does look similar. Oh, rip. Connor, peace out, dog. Have a good night, dude. Steven says, I'm using the Burton step-ons now so I don't have to bend down so much. Ooh, that's a life hack right there. Jose Bertisto says, definitely not the same. Yeah. Tommy, yo, Ryan, I appreciate that. Yo, Ryan, tag me on Instagram. I want to see all those, I want to see this TikTok game. Ben asks, is that going to be your logo for for your goggles? No. I'm kind of struggling with the name for the goggle company, so I'm looking into... Here's kind of my thought. Like, I want to create a goggle company that slightly stands independently. And then really the reason I want to do that is, like, I want to create a company, and then in 10 years, maybe sell it, maybe retire, you know what I mean? So then if it's so 100% attached to me, then if I leave the company dies, and I want it to survive. Like, let's say we create something super awesome. I want that thing to be alive for a long time, you know what I mean? I also want a name that, like, is integrated with snowboarding, that is sick, but also, like, represents me. So I'm still struggling with the name. If you guys got any suggestions for names, hit me up on Instagram, tag me, or DM me and be like, yo, I got an idea. I'm still looking for an Instagram name. Could be sick. And then what I wanted to do was do like goggles. And then I'm like, I know, I love those puffy jackets, right? So I got puffy jacket. So I was going to do three different puffy jackets, do like a lightweight, a mid, and another one. And I'll sell those next year. And then it's going to have the logo here. I'm going to have mittens. I don't have them right now. I'm going to have mittens that are kind of iconic too. But it's going to be like a small start to like the line. It's going to be goggles, gloves, jackets, and then, you know, the whole thing is like, can I use some of that money to pay for all this endeavor? Obviously, I want to run a business. I want it to be like stuff that's really sick to you guys, that you guys are going to actually use. You're going to like the product. It's going to be sick, but instead of buying it from somebody else, if I have the same quality, then I'm like hoping that you guys will like back what I'm doing if it's the same quality. So I want it to be high. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Tommy says, yo, bro, I'm new to you, but I literally watched your videos for the past week. Let's go. Dude, that quick watch helped my turning so much. Let's go, dude. That's so freaking sick. Z20 says you could do Snow Life as the name. Ooh, Snow Life. Snow Life, question mark? Your lighting is amazing, says Adam. Might buy the lightweight if I like it, since I need one of those soon. Mine is sort of old now. Yeah, dude, I want to make like a lightweight puff, you know, that kind of stuff, just so that I can, I think it'd just be cool, man. And I want to understand how that side of the industry works. Like, it's a good learning experience. How does it work? How do I do that? Like, I need to do that. Let's see. Where was that? Adam might buy the low light. Yeah, we got that one. Adam says your lighting is amazing. Dude, I appreciate that, dude. We're trying to do it just a little different than everyone else. You know, that's always the goal. MD says, I want to buy them, but don't want to dump my money on my own setup. Rip. Shane said, snowboard gear company made Stacked. That could be sick, dude. Stacked. Derek says, a name that snowboarders use on the daily for a company name. So I was thinking about Crail, which is this grab right here. That's a Crail. But I got to find the balance of like individuality, but also not necessarily, I don't want to get a lot of hate either, even though there's going to be a lot of hate regardless, right? Let's just be honest. But I want to try to find a name because this is actually like an iconic trick. It's got to find the right balance, you know? Because I was thinking like Bennett, but then that's like, I don't really dig that as much as like, I don't know. I'm not sure what I want to do. Derek says the name. I got that one. Miranda, please tips on spinning big sevs like sevs and mores. Yo, dog. Posting an Instagram post tomorrow on back sevens. The biggest thing is understanding how to. There's so much to it, man. There's so much to it. I need to make a video on that. Check out that video tomorrow. It's gonna be back sevs. That one's definitely sick. And then, yeah, carving is big. Spatial awareness is big. Throwing it and keeping your core tight so your upper body, your lower body rotates together. Not skidding early off the landing and then landing 400 degrees short or 400 degrees short and then spinning around 1,000 times. Like, I'm trying to think. Carve. Matthew, carve. So think about this, Matthew. Carve, if you had a blind taste test of YouTubers and you had a company name of Carve, who would it go to first? It wouldn't be me. That name, I think, would be perfect for our boy, Ryan Napton. That makes sense. Because I don't do specific Carve content, right? I'm more freestyle, mountain, instruction, education. So I think Carve is such a sick name because there are definitely cool ways you can spell it. KRV would be a sick way to spell it, but then I just don't think it resonates. I don't think it's like definitively resonates with what I do. Z20 says, what's your settings for filming on a GoPro 9? I run linear mode, 1080 at 120 frames a second. It's the jam. Suggestion on how to adjust bindings for learning to carve. I recently adjusted my stance back for powder and I feel like I can carve better now. You know, you definitely, I like a symmetrical stance because I'm more freestyle oriented. I like riding regular, riding goofy, doing 180s, 540s, and sneezing. Holy cow. Excuse my soul. But, sorry, my eyes are getting blurry. But definitely, like, that's definitely a good one. Messing with your stance. Again, I like symmetrical. You can set back. Set back definitely, like, can help you, like, engage the edge. But understanding how to use your board better will help you a lot. And all of carving is understanding how to apply equal pressure to both feet or slice the snow and then be in the right body position. But experimenting with your bindings is not bad. Rick says, Tommy, do you skate too? Could make some good summer content. I don't. I used to skate quite a bit, broke my kneecap, didn't really, kind of lost the love for it. I used to have like heel flip, nollie heel, switch kick flip, switch flip, nollie flip. I've done an inward heel flip. I've done I forget what the other one's called. I used to skate a bunch, but just got broke off and not really digging it anymore. The Nar, says Kimberly, triple 60. Yo, I was thinking like another name would be like BS 270. Backside 270 could be cool. Shane says, that's why I said stacked, because it's one of the tips that you've been drilling into us since the beginning. That is true. That is true. Stacked could be dope, dude. Stoked. Stacked. I'm going to write that one down. Got my notes over here. Stacked. I found a sick graphics designer who has like done goggle box design, which is sick. Favorite spin. My favorite spins, dude, I've been really vibing back ones and switch back ones. Been vibing those. Back sevens, kind of sick. I feel like the NARS might already be a goggle company. Yo, Charlie says, how about those XL hoodies? Dude, do they not have them on the site? So that's a third party who does all of them. I did send an email. I haven't heard back, but I don't understand. Holy Grail, maybe? Yeah, as long as I'm not poaching that from, what's it called? I'm trying to think what it's called. Sage Kotzenberg. That dude's sick. Eyes blurry. I remember the eye operation vlog. I missed the glasses though. Aw, dude, I appreciate that. The glasses were nerdy, dude. So I got LASIK eye surgery this summer, and in the summer I'd do live stream still. I'd have like 20 people in here like hanging out, and it was really cool, especially in the summer. And I had glasses. That's sick. Stacked. Oh yeah, FTWs for the win. What do you guys think of stacked? Adam L says, Coach goggles. Coach. Ooh. Also, Adam, you did ask earlier. I didn't answer it. It is nano leaves. They're really expensive, but they're kind of sick. I wish I could get a lot more. I think we could do some really cool things in the background, but they're expensive. That was like stupid expensive. Oh, yo, nerd. Yo, Matthew, the nerd goggles, dude. That could be sick. Boreal Ventures says, ew, goggles. That could be sick too. Rusty Nail Rider says, I like stacked. And stacked is like kind of funny because stacked could also be, holy cow. Dude. Hello? Oh, yeah. Sorry. I get worried when my mom texts me. Aw, my mom. My mom like texts me because I'm like, oh no. Oh, okay, Jose. Jose Portista. Sorry, Jose. Jose just texted me. Yeah, sorry. My mom, she's super awesome. She watches the live stream. My parents both watch the live stream. It's so sick. And then they're like, they'll text me and be like, your audio doesn't work. And I'm like, panic. So, yeah. Jinjin says, Steezy or Steez, that could be sick for sure. Let's see. Jose Partista. I had you as a mod, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it. Stacked hits. It's dope. Cap 10. Globby. I get worried when she texts me too. LOL. Right? MD 2% gratuity. Right? Forever. Right? Been stacked. Oh yeah. Like stacked can also be considered like eating it. Like I stacked. That's what a lot of Australians say. Which is funny. Oh, let's go with all the emoji. The spam. Oh, Ari, dude, that's funny. Borealis says, killing it, goggles. I thought about that too, like KI, like killing it. I thought about that too, actually. But the one thing that I was thinking about killing it, and I've kind of like, it's such, in our culture, it makes sense. Outside of our culture, it's terrible, right? You're killing, there's such a bad tonality or association with that. So that's where I was always like hesitant about it. Because I'm like, I'm killing it. But some people may think that's like super negative. So it's like weird, right? Because I want a business name that's going to be kind of global, which would be sick. And I like just being able to chat with you guys. This is actually mad sick. This is fun. Steez style with ease. Dude, I like it a lot. What up, Tommy? Richard says, what up, Tommy? What are the name suggestions for? Are you starting a brand or something? Yeah, Richard. So I'm starting a goggle company. I am working on a goggle design that is a magnetic goggles. It's going to be between 7 and 9 magnets around the eyes, but then it's going to also have an ability to lock it in if you want to, but you don't have to, right? Because that's like one of the number one feedback. One of the biggest feedback is like, oh, the goggles, magnetic goggles fall out, not fall out, they fall out. And so I'm doing that, but then I'm also going to attach that goggle company with some puffy jackets and a pair of gloves, some mitten gloves. So that's what we're coming up with, Richard. Richard Garcia, let's go. Device says grave, short for gravity. Dude, gravity's sick too. We all vibe in the gravity, that's for sure. Oh wait, hold on, where are we at here? Rusty Nail Riders, all mountain snowboard gear, all mountain. So I gotta figure all this out. For Stay stacked goggles. Stay stacked. You could do like really cool things with SS as like snowboard lines too. Like S could be like a snowboard turn, like S turn. Stay stacked. SS. You could do some really cool things where it's like SS.
Any tips on throwing the biggest method? It's a classic. Ian.
Yo, Ian, dude, I haven't really done a knuckle draggers. LOL, been hitting them knuckles. That's true. Emily, stoked that you saw that. Appreciate it. Ian, I think like really being able to grab and keep your lead shoulder pointed down down the hill and grabbing your snowboard and then really extending that back leg down the hill. But if you're like barely extending it, you're not gonna get that umph. You know what I mean? It's not. You gotta like really extend that thing out and like freaking send it. It really excites me reading all these chats. Like you gotta extend that out thing like so much harder. Really extend it out. The bigger you go, the more time you're going to have to like really send it. So really extending that back leg, but keeping the lead leg somewhat flexed, but being able to have that independent extension and flexion is such a big deal. I would say that my method's average. That's why I really haven't posted it, to be honest. SS, oh yeah, we do not want any negativity with that. So maybe we don't do SS. SS is kind of bad name in the 40s. Avoid that. See? This is why this is literally like a this is like a brainstorming session, you know, it's a focus group out here. If you're designing a goggle, then look at the Dragons and FX2 and do the complete opposite. Those are the worst lens changing systems ever in the world. Okay, good to know. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, it wouldn't work. Yeah, and I'm not trying to like do anything like that. And that's why like you guys have all of this like all of this nerd stuff to help me out with, you know what I mean? And then we have Kimberly. If you do this, you go over here, like start doing this as soon as possible. And then in the bottom, I have all these links. Ooh, 150. Where is it? Where is it? Show more, show more, show more. Come on. Oh, there you go. Show more. Now, online snowboard course is going to be right there. So if you look at the online snowboard course, it's got like a 3 free trips to get you, will change your snowboarding. This stuff is really good. It's a really good video. If you're looking for like a nerdy video to look at, this thing's super awesome. And then I have like some stuff here. So it's more freestyle oriented. If you guys are interested in that, check that out. Hey, my dudes, it's time to be. Let's go. Switching back over. All right, there you go, Kimberly. Thank you so much for inquiring about that. Adam L says, I just looked up the SS. It was, yeah, don't think you want to do that. Yep, definitely don't want to do that. DREN. How do we pronounce that nerd backwards? Dren. We're sending it. JT says, yo, Tommy, been in Colorado hitting those slopes up for the first time. I just got a question about going straight. What kind of posture do I have to have? I'm always scared to catch an edge while going straight. Yes, going straight is a big deal because you want to keep your shoulders, your hip, and your board all pointing in the same direction. Now, what ends up happening a lot of times that people struggle with is their lead shoulders pointed this direction, and they're pointing their board straight down the fall line. But because your shoulder's open, it's causing your board to want to do this, do this, do this, do this. And that's why you feel like you're going to catch an edge, because you can't truly stay flat base if your shoulders are pointing that direction. So you need to get your shoulders to go here, and then everything is like stacked. It's such a big deal, dude. It's such a big deal. So that would be huge. Matthew says, we got to get out of the bad ones before we find all the good ones. Yeah, true. That is a good point. Ryan says, do you wear body armor? I wear Virus gear. Probably a terrible name these days. But Virus has like some compression pants that I wear that are pretty sick. Check out DRT goggles. They're also doing there with magnet. Okay, that's a good call. Thanks, man, says JTB. JT. Boreal says, you think your goggles will be out for us by next season or too early? The goal, to be honest, is going to be... the goal is to definitely to be trying to get these out by December of next year. I want to get them. So the process looks like this. I send them some examples that I want to kind of not mimic, but kind of base some couple things off of. So I send them a couple examples. And then we're going to create a CAD drawing. And then they're going to 3D print those goggles. I should be getting some goggles kind of soon. And then I can hopefully test them this year and this summer. And then once that's made, I can tell them to like, I love them. Let's go. They suck. Let's not go. Do whatever. It's going to cost me a bunch of money, but I'm going to do it. I'm gonna do like a Kickstarter campaign so that you guys can like invest in the goggles, but I'm not actually taking your money unless it's actually becoming a company. But definitely gonna do that. Hopefully coming out by next year. Alex says, I feel like I'm jumpy when I go toes instead of smooth transition like I have from Hillside. What am I doing wrong and how do I fix it? I would definitely suggest doing... I'm trying to think of exactly what happens. Yeah, what you mean by jumpy. Maybe it's like very sporadic when you're going from Toeside instead of a smooth transition like I have on my heels. So you're going from your heels from your toes or to your toes? But I think a lot of it is that you're probably not, you're not, what's it called? I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to visualize exactly what's happening. You're probably like, you're probably not in a super flex position. So like, or a tall, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to think about it. I'm trying to visualize it. Okay, so going 2 toes. He makes small jumps 2 toes. Oh, it could be that you're trying to unweight your snowboard and you're essentially trying to like jump and trying to like minimize that because you may feel resistance underneath your snowboard. So in the middle of your turn, you want to get like small. And then as you're exiting that turn, you want to rise. And as you rise, you unweight the snowboard and you make that transition easier. And going from your heels is probably feeling easier because you're doing that, but not on your toes. So I would suggest getting low in your turn and then extending, unweighting the snowboard so you don't feel like you have to like jump. If you feel like you're jumping, it's because you're feeling your board's probably gripping the ground a little weird. So I would do that for sure. Yo, what up, dog? Squidfish? What up, dude? He goes from small to big to small, question mark. I don't know. Dude, there's a reason. Oh, Ari. Hey guys, I'm going to end that there. Oh, the Wilder Kensley says Snow King for the name of brands. Dude, let's go. Kensley, hopefully you guys are doing awesome. Hopefully you guys are killing it. Hopefully you guys are killing it and having a good time, Kensley. That's so sick that you're snowboarding, spend some time with the dad and just vibing. I see you guys out there doing some turns and stuff. It's sick. Let's go. Oh, so we got a, Julian says, where in Colorado can I board off season? 2 options. St. Mary's Glacier, you got to hike to it. Kind of sick. Super fun. Woodward at Copper. Super sick. Super sick. You get to ride. It has like a snowboard park with a magic carpet, like really hot laps. So good. So sick. It's a sick. I was thinking about applying for a job there, but haven't decided. But on that note, guys, I'm going to end that there. My freaking, sorry, I blew out your eardrums. My throat's getting real raspy. Getting a little tired, but it's been an absolutely incredible time. Make sure you guys go do me a favor. Go say, go to this guy. Where is you? Go to this guy. Go to this guy. Go to this guy. Wish this guy a happy birthday. He's one of my athletes. He's been working with me for 3 years. He's amazing. He's been vibing. He's been getting so good. So go say hi to him. Go tell him happy birthday. It's his birthday today. You need a brander and copyright your stuff, says Emily. Yeah, Emily, you want to help me on that? You want to help me? Do you know how to do it? Let's go, dude. That's sick. Let's go. Dude, that's sick. I'm gonna write that one down too. Dude, you're amazing, by the way. You came at the last minute with nothing but hammers, dude. That's actually kind of sick, dude. That could be really fun. Let's go. I assume the ride aluminum bindings are very expensive. Thank you for a great live stream. Get that MRI. Ben. All right, guys. You guys are amazing. I'm dropping a sick video on Friday talking about beginner kind of things you guys don't know about. So it's going to be really sick. I think it's like beginner stuff you're overlooking. I think it's going to be a sick video. I've already watched it. It's fire. If you guys are looking at picking up stickers down below. Let's go. Could be sick. Well, you guys are amazing. Nothing but love. I'm going to hop out of here. It's been sick. I might also do a bonus movie premiere. If you guys put those notifications on, I got a new video coming out and I want to do a premiere. And if you guys got any questions, we can all hang out, vibe together. Put the notifications on. You'll see what I'm talking about. All right, guys. Nothing but love. We out. You guys are amazing. Thank you. One of my favorite parts is trying to end this thing without being cringy. Okay, well.